Hey traders, Nick here doing homework on the weekend. This is Monday. We are off in the US. The world market futures were trading. I think they will reopen tonight for everybody anyway. So everybody's bracing for impact. Everybody's expecting disaster. I don't know about you, but when everybody's watching the road, I'm not so worried. Seatbelt is on, of course, but maybe the disaster doesn't come when we're watching, and then when we turn away, maybe it happens. Anyway, we do have kindling everywhere, so I'm not belittling the risk that's here. So today we're using TrendSpider. Usually I use TradingView, but I'm trying to get better at it. So here we go. What am I looking at? A monthly chart for GM. Looking at GM from the basically top down, like zoom out to see. I don't know if you remember that it was government motor before here. It did go basically bankrupt. Government took it over, re-released it as GM from GM. So what now? All right. They came into, unlike the rest of the market or most of the market, the indices for sure. We came into the pandemic in 2020 at an all-time high that was super high. Not them. They were already down. So they are now back down to the levels from like the early drop. We're looking at March. These are monthly candles, by the way. Every candle is 1 month. I zoom out like this just to think out loud. All right, so I'm looking at this candle as important. So if I were one to draw a box around something important, it would be that one. I thought I had, okay, so I don't want to put it as resistance or support. I just want to draw a box. It's going to be, okay, support works because it's falling into it. You can see it. I wish it wasn't so opaque. Opacity, okay, so that's as low as it goes. Okay. Um, so this is an important line within that. If we were to draw a line, it is a doji. If you don't know what that is, you can hardly see where it opened and closed. You see that right there? It hides behind the plus sign. That's because the market was indecisive. They opened right there. They tried to rally. They tried to fail, and they came back and they said, "You know what? We don't know. Let's just close it where we opened." It's total indecision. And if you look back, it is a place of contention for a while. Like this candle right there, this fight. These are months. Look at this. Look at this candle right there. Total indecision again. So if I were to extend this one backwards, it's going to hit that one almost exactly in the middle. Wow. And check it out. So clearly, whatever that number is, let's call it 29 and a half. So 29 to 30 is definitely important for GM. So this is where you put an alert. If you were one to trade, you did the homework. You know you marked it as an important spot. So the alerts expire pretty quickly here, so I'm not going to bother with that. So I'll probably go put it in TradingView. So the stock is falling into potential support. That's the statement from this level. All right, so if we zoom in to, let's go straight to a daily. Clearly the bears are in charge. We have a descending channel. Any which way you slice it, when something is doing this, the mode by the machine, which is also should be by you, is to sell the rallies. What does that mean? If you get a rally like this, you sell it. Why? Because that's what's been going on here. And I'm not as good with this one yet, but it is pretty convenient to just click and drag. So they are selling rallies. So if a rally comes, I will assume it will be sold again. I'm going to take these off. They're kind of whacking me out. Okay. They're automatic points of interest that it will draw for you, which is pretty good for somebody that doesn't know how to do that. Luckily, I do know how to do that, so I don't need that at this point. So I have two other support lines that I've drawn on lower time frames. They didn't show up on the monthlies. So what I'm saying is, if this week we get a relief rally in the market for whatever reason, I would pay attention to look for exit points if I took some positions on this dip. I would also pay attention to this zone right here. I don't know exactly where. I'm going to put it between these two dojis right there. It's going to come into play. And of course, level resistance is up here, actually up here. All right. So now I know I've got a tangible number. Anything above 34 is going to be met by sellers. What happens next is, up to how the market performs. So let's say I'm right and the sell-off comes down to here. I didn't mean to do that. Do an ABC. Well, we'll take it. Take the labels off. But if the bulls are done falling, then they take that sell off that I said, sell the rally, and do something good with it. And they get to here. Now they have some sort of a cup and handle type of a deal, and they get up to here and tackle the next one. I think enter cuts the cord. Perfect. I don't want the labels, so is it as easy as taking these out? Yes, it is. All right, good. So this is kind of a projected path on the good note. So yes, they sell the rally, but they make progress and they build a trough. That's how it happens. All right, so one more thing I want to do before I go away, which is choose the raindrop candles. So this is also a daily chart. What am I doing now? I'm trying to see if the raindrop candle, which is something I've only seen on TrendSpider. They may have invented it. Double check. So I want to see if I find any important levels. And I do have a preset one for raindrop candles to show up. I do like this level. I do like that level. And the red one matches perfectly. So this one we picked perfectly. And eventually, if it ever goes back there, when it ever goes back there, this one I want to pay attention to. What are these levels? They may come into play in the future. So any significant level on the way down is going to play a role on the way up. So now we have a plan of action. First, if the rally comes, I expect sell-off. When it sells off, I would want to see progress. Not like here, sell off and not stop. Rally, sell off, bounce a little bit and not stop. So here, rally, sell off, bounce a little bit and beat where you fell from. There, they didn't beat it. And make progress, and then sell off, same. So now suddenly you have an ascending trend. You no longer have these arrows coming down. All right, so this is a full view of technicals on GM, and we haven't even gone into like 30-minute charts or anything. That's a completely different ball game, and that one we tackle intraday. That's what we do live all day. I share my screens live to try to trade the action faster than normal and discuss the longer term swing opportunities as well. The fundamentals are okay. You know, they make a lot of money. I'm going to go from, like, without checking it out, they do, I don't know, 120 maybe in revenues. They're okay as far as profitability. They could do better. They don't have a cash problem. They generate as much cash as they need to do whatever. And they need it because they're in the transition mode to get into alternative fuels, right? Internal combustion engines on its way out. They already committed, and they don't even have a replacement technology that's efficient. So they need to learn how to do this pretty quickly. Go Google it. There's probably an article somewhere about how GM is taking a gamble, flipping to chasing the likes of Rivian and Tesla as far as pickups is concerned. Okay. Anyway, easy look at a stock that a lot of people like to trade. So what is plan of action? Rallies, I would take advantage to, one, book profits if I bought it, and two, get out of trades that get fixed. So if I took a trade and it went sour last week, and this week we get a rally and it fixes that trade, I should consider taking it out to fix it. Like, not hope it doesn't happen again.